Noah Lyles shocked by Oblique Seville's stunning defeat response. Seville got a good start. Thompson's in a winning position. Seville goes up to him. The two Jamaicans. It's the young guy. Seville over the top of Thompson and Lyles. And just like that, the 100m has a new king. Oblique Seville dethroned Noah Lyles today as he clocked the best time of his career, 9.77s, to win the 100-meter finals at the Tokyo World Athletics Championships. Keishane Thompson placed second while the defending champion had to settle bronze. Oh, and he also got a three-word message from the newly crowned 100-meter world champion. But first, some context. After the heats, Lyles, who had won his heat with a time of 9.95s, was asked by the media whether he'd watched Seville's race, to which Lyles, in typical Lyles fashion, provided a rather interesting analysis. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That man was panicking in the back, he said. And, naturally, Seville was asked about his rival's comments after his win. He began with great. That's the only word I can say. Great, and thanks to God. I have to be grateful to God. And when asked about Lyles' words, trust in God was all he had to say about it, said, though he also said, but hey, he's a gamer, so hopefully he'll get it back and then we'll have a great final. All right, we'll see you back at it soon. After his Heat 1 performance, the Jamaican had said that he had some personal issues, but it seems like he solved or put them behind him as he shone bright in the 100m finals. He is now tied with Ferdinando Malher at number 10 in the list of the fastest 100m runs of all time. The Noah Lyles and Oblique Seville rivalry keeps getting better. Seville first edged out Lyles at the 2024 races Grand Prix in Kingston, clocking a world-leading 9.82 to Lyles' 9.85. He carried that momentum into this season too, claiming Big Diamond League victories, 9.86 in London and 9.87 in rainy Lausanne. On both occasions, Lyles had to settle for second, running 10.00 in London and 10.0202 in Lausanne, and now he has taken his world title after an interesting comment. Noah has also taken the win with grace. Noah Lyles responds after losing his 100-meter world title. Although Noah Lyles did lose his 100m crown today, he's taken it well. He posted a message on X which read, I got nothing but the joy of the Lord in my heart. It has been a very challenging year. Being able to give my all on the race that meant the most is all I can ask for. Next is the 200m, my favorite. It's very wholesome that both Seville and Lyles have thanked God in their wins and defeats. As for the still 200-meter world champion, he suffered a bad season with injuries. Given his defeat to Seville and Keishane earlier this season, it seemed highly unlikely that he could have defeated both of them for the win in the 100-meter, though he still has a very solid chance of winning in the 200m, with the only threat coming from Tobago as Lyles made his 200m debut. Against Tobago, it was highly predicted that the Botswana sprinter would win, but that did not happen. At the Monaco Diamond League, the 200-meter world champion clocked 19.88, finishing way ahead of Tobago in 19.97. But in the finals of the Diamond League, things took a different turn. In Zurich, when the two came face to face again, the 200-meter Olympic gold medalist took the lead, but the Olympic silver medalist wasn't going to lose so easily. Lyles pushed after the last curve as they entered the straight, and within seconds, the two of them were side by side on the track. With the naked eye, you would need an eagle's vision to tell who won. Noah Lyles had recorded 19.74s to win the DL final, beating Tobago by 200 ths of a second. Other than this, Tobago had clocked a season's best of 19.76 in Eugene, which is slower than the Americans' 2025 world lead of 19.63. In the USAF Championships, Lyles has the upper hand. Who is winning? After the dust settled on the track, the roar of the stadium still echoing, Noah Lyles stood with his hands on his hips, his chest heaving from the effort. He had sprinted hard, poured everything into the race, but the result was undeniable. Oblique Seville had crossed the line. First, Jamaica's rising star had snatched a victory many thought belonged to Lyles. The camera zoomed in, catching every detail of Lyles' forced smile, his subtle nod of respect, and the faint look of disbelief in his eyes. For years, Lyles had been the man who refused to bow. The American sprinter carried himself with an aura of invincibility, his words as sharp as his spikes on the track. But on this night, the tables had turned. Seville's form was flawless, his finish untouchable, and the message was clear. Lyles was not beyond reach. When he finally walked off, reporters swarmed him. Microphones, like arrows, pointed at his pride. He accepted the defeat with grace, applauding Seville's performance, acknowledging that the younger sprinter had earned it. It was a rare moment of humility, one that showed Lyles understood the battlefield was shifting, but not everyone was willing to let him off lightly. Soon, social media lit up with commentary. Analysts dissected every stride. Fans debated legacies, and rivals smelled blood in the water. Among the noise, one comment cut through, sharper than all the rest. 3 words. A jab so concise yet so heavy it traveled faster than any sprint. Humbled at last. It wasn't just a remark. It was a declaration. For years, Lyles had thrived on bold statements, proclaiming himself the face of sprinting, daring the world to chase his shadow, talking records before the gun had fired. To see him bow his head, if only for a moment, was a spectacle. The comments spread across headlines, memes, and debates. Some fans celebrated it as overdue reality. Others defended Lyles as a champion who still had more to give. But the sting of those words wasn't in their harshness. It was in their truth. Athletes, no matter how great, eventually taste defeat in a way that lingers. For Lyles, this wasn't just losing a race. It was being reminded that sprinting is an ever-changing throne, and new kings arrive hungry. What made the moment compelling was Lyles' response. Instead of firing back, instead of defending his crown with bravado, he absorbed the blow. He posted a single line on his feed later that night. Respect to Seville. I'll be back. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't boastful. It was measured, almost restrained. For a man who built a reputation on defiance, humility might be his strongest comeback. Yet, whether those 3 words become the beginning of his decline or the spark for his rebirth remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the world saw Noah Lyles differently that night. A champion not just sprinting against rivals, but against time, legacy, and the echo of a phrase that will chase him into his next race. Humbled at last. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.